I'll play recording. I don't know. I've done this before where when I'm talking I didn't record anything. I think it was about half hour talking away about stuff. Oh, I don't know. I'll see how it works out this time on. Put it on the milling machine. This iPad. Maybe I should go in the machine room. Is the lighting the same? I don't know. Very hard to tell. But anyway, thank you for the nice comments. They're cool. I like them. Thank you. This old has-been just loves good comments. Sit up straight, you idiot. I'm talking to myself, by the way. Sit up straight. Okay, good for you, Johnny. Johnny Cupcake. Sitting up straight. What's up, baby? You over here, you're running off. Maybe he doesn't like me talking. I don't know. So I'm up against there we go. Up against the cargo container, which is one of the machine rooms. The other is the armory. But anyway, I've been busy. But several arrivals came today, so I have to take care of them. I unbox them, check them, and sometimes they work, and sometimes they don't. All depends on the eBay seller. Good or bad or kick care less. But a lot of them are really good, you know. Made a friend with somebody back east who's very good at what I'm doing as well. Okay. Probably a lot smarter than I am. But anyway. I feel lazy today. It's nice and sunny and warm out. All good things. So I was busy just adjusting some things that came in today. I'm going to talk about something. I think I got white coat hypertension. I take my readings at home, which are kind of like around 140. The doctor's office 200 most of the time. But I always notice it. White coat hypertension syndrome. I know I have it. I'm a neurotic, by the way. And I was diagnosed psychoneurotic, phobic react, psychoneurotic, anxiety react. And when I got out of Riverview, I put on Valium, then in the 80s, Xanax. I put on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The big tablets, 2 milligram tablets, 4 times a day, which I worked getting down to 0.5 milligrams, which I don't take, only at night, that kind of dose. And during the day I might take a quarter of 0.5 or a half of 0.5, depending on anxiety levels. But okay, I have no criminal records, and I'm also registered with the RCMP and to own any kind of firearm, okay? But the science of alazopram, or Xanax, or benzodiazepine is very fascinating. It's very dangerous too. People can get addicted to it or abuse it. That's true. I also got some odd side effects that were never mentioned, but only through a lady friend of mine who worked at Health Canada. Also, a life prolongation. Not recommended you bother taking it. Never, ever try that kind of stuff. You get hooked on if you got noisy out there. Opens. but whatever. I don't do any of that stuff, and I don't even like any kind of drug really, even benzodiazepine or azatropam or Xanax. I don't like the effects of it. But so I take it occasionally. I did send a message to my doctor. My BP reading was 200 yesterday, but here it's like 140. So I took a picture of the unit that you get your blood pressure taken and sent it to her along with white coat hypertension syndrome. It's very fascinating. I've been like this since birth. My biggest scare was when I was 5 or 4, going over the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. I freaked out. Huh. But other weird things happen with it too. Like I'm communicating with an elephant at the San Francisco Zoo. Oh, okay. And I was picking up somebody else's thought. Oh, it sounds pretty schizophrenic, but it's true. I did have an ESP rating done on me years ago when I didn't get enough sleep. It was about 80%, but I've had other tests like that. So that leads to time dilation again and other dimensional physics and science. As I keep saying, 100 years, 200, 500 years is going to come and go. The sun doesn't bother the sun that much. I use the sun as a benchmark, right? It'll come and go. Well, the sun do keep shining. What will humans do? Well, that's a good question. Either they improve themselves, forget about ridiculous countries and politics, come into more advanced stuff. There's going to be a lot of friction because of artificial intelligence and all kinds of crazy stuff to deal with in that time frame. From here from here, right today, we're dealing with how many wars? Humans are getting shot up and blown up and poisoned and all that. And you get the odd humans in the modern countries, so-called, that go on a rampage and shoot up people and blow up people and beat up people. So this time frame may seem modern, but really it's not. From 100 years from now, if we're still around, right? Right. It's fun. It's fun to use your mind to expand out and see what's going on. Like CIA's remote viewing program, that's kind of fun. I've never been on it, but I met some of the folks that do it. Then you get all the fraud people and use special internet or computer stuff to claim this and claim that. You know, it's pretty sad, but just humans having schizophrenic fun, I'm sure. Right? Right. Oh. Gotta realize there's a lot of fakers out there, okay? Proof's always in the pudding. Well, I've been accused of faking the Hutchison effect with string. Wow, that's so cute. I use strings to levitate stuff. You can do it yourself, but you gotta, I don't know how you get rid of it, the string, but I guess you use special computer technology or something, I don't know, but yeah, there's what's his name? Ace Baker. Fat little snobby little man. Mostly little men like to make a big name for themselves. And Mr. Smith, another English dude, nutcase. He's got a YouTube channel with a lot of videos on it. He talks like a real prick. Thinks he knows everything. I bet he bends over and farts. Same as Ace Baker bends over and... There is a lot of dumbass, stupid humans on good old planet Earth, and they're gonna somehow probably die off. A new generation is born, of course, as we travel through time. Gene Roddenberry was a time traveler and put a TV series to it. And demonstrated it very well. I'm so happy I met the Star Trek folks who hosted one of our lectures with Ken Schollers. Herman Zimmerman, set designer, was one of the fellows. His girlfriend, sorry I forget her name right now, but Linda McLean. We stayed at her house. Dr. Rusher and I, Ken Schollers, and Gene Manning and others. NASA even came showing me how the Mars rover works. And pictures of it. But they couldn't give me the pictures, but they gave me something though. It's in my files. It's a news release at NASA. Not public, but I got it. I got a lot of stuff that nobody knows about. And sometimes I'll do a little video on stuff like the Pentagon situation and others. After all, I was on the DoD's SBIR program since '83 to 2005. I guess about that time. Thomas E. Bearden put me on. Thomas and I would talk on the phone quite a bit. This is all before internet stuff. And letters. My God, the amount of letters we have, or I have, from others. Brag, brag, brag. You're like you see you brag, John. It's a good thing, You just brag away, talk away, blah, 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 blah. That is a fruitcake. That's my position on myself. Others, I don't know what they think. Oh, most of the time when I'm doing these kind of videos, the government fried his brain. Funny part is I don't remember the fried my brain. They're very friendly people and very intelligent and easy to get along with. Hardest I find to get along with anybody involved in profit. No thanks. I've had really nice sponsors over the years. Roughly close to 1 million. But very nice people. Phone up, come over, we'd go out for dinner and lunch and have fun, talk about other things. Really good. One is a very famous name, which I won't mention, from Germany, and an engineer from the Tar Sands Project. The Rio Trade group of business people, well, they were friendly, so no pressure. Then Japan investors, very friendly. I mean, gee, Willikers, come on, they put it on television. And I got all the videotapes on me on television demonstrating my piece of electronic power unit. It was about 1 ampere and 3 volts. The biggest one I ever made was, I think, about 25 volts at 1/4 of an ampere. That lasted a long time, and it traveled with me around to show and tell at different places. But it broke. Last time I was not interested in that stuff anymore. My sponsors always had a hard time trying to find interested parties to invest and get it into production. So, it's a very intelligent, more intelligent than I am, for Pete's sake. Dr. Marcus Reed in Germany, who's really developed something. Look him up online. I mean, I'm not smart. I guess I've got some kind of brains, but a lot more out there, folks, with more brains than I do. Guaranteed. But anyway, such is life. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of smart people out there. Good people. I feel like an idiot because I didn't fill out the DOD form properly to Dr. Bud Durand of DARPA on my project. But that's me, you know. I don't vote. Never voted in my life. Never wanted to make a big profit. Not in none of that world. I'm not interested in. You can sort of picture me having a lot of fun in a big scrapyard, a surplus place. Probably have a little shelter somewhere and get a tent, you know, and then eat once in a while, have coffee and smoke cigarettes, and take my Xanax, and do all my, let's see, curating. Some curators really love their job, like on USS New Jersey. He loves his job. I even get curators contacting me for parts of certain things. Parts! They all got pissed off at me for buying up all the Oerlikon cannon parts. Scrap price. Well, why not? Original boxes. The sights, the bronze sights, and Mark 14 gun sight, and the shoulder mounts. All shoulder mounts. And back breech handle part. That's okay. As I said before, I'm yawning, I don't know why. Maybe I'm talking and I'm boring myself to death. That's it, I'm boring myself to death. So, scrap price for all that stuff. And I see it on eBay once in a while, like $2,000 for a bronze gun sight. Some greedy little fart out there. And lots of those on eBay, and there's also direct office, a lot of real good sellers. So I got to know all the good sellers and disregard any idiot. Where was I going with that? Around and around I go. Jolly good. So yesterday was a stressful day. Why? I don't know. Certain doctors I don't get along that well with, so others I do. She doesn't seem to want to. Oh, I shouldn't criticize. She's again a lot smarter than I am. So I just get in a habit of arguing with people. But nothing serious. I'm turning my steering wheel. I'm trying to steer myself into a proper conversation with somebody. But who? I don't know. I don't know who watches this stupid video. Well, I know a few people. Are we sliding again? Or is it sitting on oil and grease? I oil and grease everything. Don't slide too far away. There we go. Put a block up. Put a piece of metal there, maybe. Because do I have a piece of metal, Libio? Look in here. Oh wow. What do we got in here? Waveguide shims. Well, that little thing might work. I don't know. And then I gotta clean off any oil. What else is in here? I don't think that's for a. I don't know if that's for a lathe. I got one of those miniature lathes. 2000 time frame. What is? Oh, a chunk of gold metal. Oh yeah. It's heavy. That might work too. I'll put it over here. So anyway, oh, okay, that's good. Oh, here's Laura's little thing. I'm supposed to wear this. Hey, stamped on here. Yeah, this is a secret. I think I mentioned that before. So we let people respect people's secrets, right? Right. Okay. So all right. Nothing was said. So a lot of people that just don't want to be mentioned or interviewed or anything like that. So we always respect everybody's secrets or what they like. Oh, yawn. So like so. I was busy though today. All those new arrivals coming in. I go to lay on the floor for a while, but EVO's here and he likes to. He loves to come with me on the floor. Hello, EVO. Hello, Great Wiseman. How you doing? Sure knows his name well. Super intelligent little fellow. I like so. Maximum growth. $71,000 LBS. Really? These things are, it's amazing that these things fit on a truck. You know, these are the refrigeration type. Built like a tank. Hopefully, I gotta put stuff on top of them too. Shitty. But they really hold, if it's cold or warm, you just open them up once. Warming. It gets cold outside or in here, and then you got a warm spot to go to. Or they heat up pretty good too. I wonder how many tons is inside there I put in there. Many. As you might have seen my apartment, called Submarine Apartment by the news media. 24 tons and 400 square feet. And sadly, I did sell a good portion of that to Germany. As they don't know what to do with it and never will. Because I know that I was being taken, so all the good stuff I saved for myself. And it's got common test equipment, vintage common test equipment, but a few little, a few metals dabbled with. As I said, people really like to try and mess with me, but they regret it later because I see everything in advance. And I know what to do. They wanted me to teach them how to make it run in levitate stuff. Can you believe that? I even flew over to Minnesota. I'm sure we little cardboard cutouts. And where does all these go? What angle? I'm thinking these people don't have a clue. So I said, well, I said anything just to get rid of them. I do that with people. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Blah, blah, blah. I knew they wanted to pay me, I think it's $10,000 or something to show them how to work. Fail! Yeah, so I was moving from New West. What a time. Now, the Canadian government, no. No, there was an issue with shipping materials. The shipping container broke. Had two bad actors, George and Alec, on my side at that time. It was all complicated because the George Lissa case, the Pinnacle Oil International wired in a capacitor backwards and that thing exploded. Put PCBs all over everything. That was a real nasty mess. Okay? So when I went away to Germany, because George Lissa case and Alec were, with their lawyer and stuff, and then even went to the Supreme Court, where I had the right to be in my place. As well as they, too. But anyway, it was, let's think now. It was in a shipping container and a container broke. I don't know, Rolf Kipling of All Cargo Express. Who else is in there? Richard Glue, Environment Canada, who made sure all my guns were stored properly, as well as some electronic components that were not contaminated. So Larry Hampston and gang helped out, moved it into my sister's garage. 911 Dublin Street. 911 Dublin, my sister lives at. In New Westminster. Anyway, at that point I decided to get rid of everything, so I did. Except for a case of pistols, which I bought as a kid. But anyway, I sold everything. Then I didn't go to Germany as planned. I was going to immigrate there, but other things transpired, and then I got invited to Japan, sponsorship from Japan, television, people filming all the time. Then the apartment is intrigued, so I got that instead, and heavily built it up thanks to the Artificial Reef Society, where I had access to 4 warships. But I had fun working on them for 5 years. I wasn't going to run back and start levitating stuff or make power cells. I didn't really want to do that, but I did it because I sponsored. Okay? So levitation stuff, I don't know, it's not replicatable. Only, when a television crew comes, okay, let's see what happens. I turned everything off by one power switch. I was busy with Ark of the Covenant and TV people. Had to make the Ark of the Covenant reveal. Check it out, it's a good show. Working with Blue Book Films, and also a production lady who arranged for Jesse Ventura years later to show up and we talk about stuff. Well, we're getting sidetracked, yeah. But anyhow, There's television people with like $1,000 for an interview or a levitation thing or either a check or cash, so like 300 times. I think I'm including also the other older stuff I was involved with. Channel 8 Dance Party. That's a regular on Channel 8 Dance Party. And my first experimental stuff was interviewed in 3045 Cranview Drive, North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. It was CBC and another television station. What's the newspapers? I got all that stuff. Oh, telling a story of my life. I went to Nut House, Essendale, and I wound up as a DJ there. I also had a lot of hot sex with men and women. And my therapy later on was relaxation exercises and no sugar, don't eat any sugar. It kind of gets adrenaline going in. Valium, but they didn't want to give me Valium, but I kept bugging them and they did. And then I left there and wound up on 5 West Hastings Street. Chops. Spread those chops, baby. I moved to Lynn Valley, and that's where I rebuilt. Let me think now. Met Mel Winfield, Alex Pizarro, George Hathaway, later on Los Alamos, Colonel John Alexander, and many others. Wow. From SAIC and University of British Columbia and on, and moved from there to Riverside Drive, North Vancouver, where it gave us demos for the government folks, and then moved to Burnaby, 3744 East Hastings Street. Rebuild. And that's where a lot of demonstrations were monitored and filmed. Okay. Gee, I had a hell of a long lifespan with this junk. Gee. Oh, wow. Then I moved to Vancouver. 1988. Set everything up. And unfortunately, had to move again a year later because they were closing the building down. Murchie Tea Building, 560 Canby Street. Right across from the Technical Institute. Moved to 13th and Kingsway. This is amazing. Then that's where the PCB storage stuff, the government got upset over all that, and I mentioned that already. Lived in Germany for 2 years. Dr. Peter Kokoschnik and Roman Brito, Yin, my lady at the time. Then, wow. Jesus. Came back to, that's when Richard Glue, who I mentioned previously, gave me the keys to the locker room, like all my firearms were, and electronics, and one of my sisters. I got rid of it, and then what happened? Got the apartment, and worked with the Navy ships, and got my dad's inheritance I bought right away from Fair Radio Sales in Lima, Ohio. Many tons of radio stuff. Truck, full truckload. I think it's huge amount, which I still have here, some of it. A huge amount of stuff. Then moving along, doing all those demos for TV people and government folks wanting me to do this and do that. Go to the Pentagon, they're having a briefing, blah blah blah, and then wow. Then I got married to Helena in Scottsdale. I met Gordon Novell. Helena and I didn't last long. She wanted to change how I lived. This kind of clothing, this and that. So I left. I did also at the same time with Paul Sabakowski, a TV show series, which recently has been uploaded to the on YouTube. It's a good show. It's got 3 parts to it in the beginning here, so it's really a good production. So anyway, I took off to meet a new lady, Nancy. I stayed a long time over there and came back to Canada. Then I decided to sell to the Germans, what I mentioned before. Then there was a disaster in the Gulf of Mexico, and I had some various experience with manipulating oil and Nancy as well, and we wound up there, did our stuff. When Fukushima happened, and we went back to Minnesota from Florida, built an anti-radiation device. Yeah, look up cosmic rays are kept at bay by VLF radio waves. That made news some years ago. Look at it. And I knew that beforehand anyway. But did that. Built a giant 25-foot long ray gun as its nickname. Put it in a brown shed behind this building. And powered from this building. Let me just keep going instead of jumping around too much. But then, due to very kind people, this building was built, and you can see how it grew up. Wow, okay. So I'm giving a long spiel, a long video, probably very boring to most people, but I guess it's my invisible psychologist I like talking to. Yeah, okay, well, there's a person writing a book on me, and there's a person doing a movie on me. So I can send links to what I just talked about to them, so they get the story right. Oh, wow. Stretching I am. One of my main interests is life extension and studying that forever since the 80s. I've been taking supplements, well, from 1990 or 89. Heavy duty stuff all the time, every day, up to now. I'm still doing it, learning more about stuff you can take. Oh, I keep me busy. But I'm always machining something, building something, repairing something. I'm pretty active here, and just the other day I wanted to rearrange the armory, as I call it, and because it's so packed, and I did a good job, I think. It took 2 days to do it, it's a lot of work, but got a good workout. So I go on these little binges where I do all this work. I'm always busy if I'm at home, just 50 feet away. I'm on the internet searching eBay, uploading my silly videos and answering questions. I should move this around and make it not so boring, huh? Ah ha ha ha. There we go. Whoops. That coming out would be a lost video for sure, right? Right. So we'll put away this one and this chunk of whatever. What else is up here? Oh, calipers. Okay. So let's make sure we're plugged in all the way. Move this way for the fun of it. The lighting is. I mean, after all, I gotta look cute and pretty for everybody. My fans that love me. Some fans. Most of them probably think I'm crazy as hell. That's okay. I don't care. After all, as I said before, 100 years is gonna come and go. Can you handle that? 200 years could come and go. 1,000 years could come and go. Can you handle and realize that countries are just human-made nonsense? We've got to respect all their crazy laws. But they're not really that crazy. They're important. For a lot of things, reasons. Humans are so weird, you know. I have full respect for police officers and government people. They're kind of babysitters of humans, right? So I realize that. And I'm sure, sure humans will find an energy source besides using their great grandparents' remains that turned to oil and dinosaurs and vegetation. It's kind of funny. There could have been an advanced race here. I'm only going by the word of my boss, friend, Alex Pizarro, who used to haunt the museums and find stainless steel bars encrusted in rock. That says something. It could have been an advanced race here and it just got wiped off by a meteorite or asteroid or something. And so much time passed, nobody kept records. Maybe there's few survivors. Or not. And maybe it's just the humans appeared again. Probably most like how they appeared, very barbaric. Oh yeah, I know they built things in Egypt, sure. They had nothing else really to do, did they? Just put some blocks together and have fun. And believing in, as humans do, and non-existing things. No, I know there's no, all that Jesus stuff is just primitive nonsense. That's what I call it. Primitive nonsense, Barbara. I'll move this safely. Primitive nonsense. Wow, yeah, it is. I don't believe that. Just like some of my own delusions are pretty funny too. But anyway. Pretty funny bunny. So, the worst thing to do is be negative about everything. I mean, why be negative about somebody's skin color and political belief systems? Don't be negative. Just accept them for what they want to do and believe in. You know? Instead of warring out. I was watching a video last night on Israel. They pack heat, automatic rifles in Jerusalem. So, I'm not anti-gun. I believe in gun ownership, a symbol of freedom, but I don't believe in abusing any of that stuff. You don't go around knocking people off like humans love doing. But anyway, they do it. So again, 100 years will come and go. Don't you know that? You'll be in the pine box. He'll die. Jump you over. Most grandpa, he's gone. He's tits up. Grandpa's gone. Another grandpa will go, and another grandpa will go. Young people turning into grandpas. Whether they learn anything is another question. What if the future is more barbaric? That's another interesting question. Now look how humans accept, oh, somebody's black. Well, what's that supposed to mean? Or somebody's gay, or somebody's cross-dressing, or somebody's this, and somebody's that. So what? look at yourself in the mirror and think who you are. So that's what people like doing too, is ridiculing things. But if they wake up, follow the dream of Roddenberry and even myself, I'm hoping. Is there a way to get to 100 years from now? I think so. Again, look up Dr. Mallet. He wants to go back in time, but I don't think that's possible. Not yet. But forward in time is feasible. It involves physics, relativity physics. Because I can go ahead in time a tiny piece if I'm moving through the gravimetric fields in time. I think it's fantastic stuff. So what would you do? How would you bring that right here, let's say? The same situation, going at a speed of light, but not using a vehicle, but using a field of some kind to go through it. We'll find out. Here. I'll be doing that kind of stuff. I'm not too concerned with the anti-gravity stuff. It's kind of boring, or metal destruction. It's kind of boring as well, but I don't see how it could be even important. But some do. Some people do. Oh, other comment I should answer. Yeah, 9/11 again. Well, it was exactly how they reported. NIST FOIA. Check that out. You can find all the information on the metal samples, the testing, and videos, and structural engineering, the whole 9 yards. But I don't really disrespect anybody else's vision of what they think it is. It's not in my job description. Everybody has a right to believe what they want to believe, and I'm not out there to do anything bombastic, let's say, huh? Maybe I'm crazy. Good possibility. Maybe I don't see reality. I see like 9/11 as it happened. I can understand why beams collapse, get soft, and can't support the weight after an aircraft crashes into a place. It's gonna make the whole place weak, and I thought for sure it would fall down sooner, but it didn't. Fires were going and it just fell apart. Oh, but what about the fuming and smoke and dust and things turning to no, no, no. You're dealing with explosion, concrete explosions. When the floor collapses, it just goes into pure concrete paste or mist. And the gravity collapse in the oxygen air from the different floor levels makes it look like it's exploding. It's not. It just fell down. And it's not that big of a building, only 200 feet wide. Skinny buildings. Fell down, made a lot of noise, and hurt a lot of people. Why? Because some idiots wanted to believe in some stupid god, you know. Allah, is it Allah? Some stupid idiot they believe in. But they don't realize that in reality it's a very different scene. They've gone where no man's gone before. The hijackers anyway, but the other people were taken along. Ha! Interesting. So, chitty chat chat. Johnny chitty chat chat. Johnny chitty John. Shitty? John, what do you say? Shitty. Shitty. I I'm a shitty person. Oh, I'm giving a long talk radio show here, aren't I? Huh? Well, why not? I get into the habit of talking and a bunch of truncated, incomprehensible garbage and gibberish. That's what you, the viewer, probably sees me doing. Incomprehensible gibberish. Again, that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. I'm an incomprehensible idiot. A nutcase. Scrapyard hobbit. No, I'm not interested. Never was interested in man's world, really. Do this, patent that, wear suits and ties, and no, I don't want any of that. Oh, so what? I have no income. Oh dear, I have to learn to survive in the woods. No problem. Well, yeah. Oh well. The universal whole and all its intricate areas is quite fascinating for me. Yes, hi. I wonder how long I've been talking for. AVO is still on the floor, so I must have bored him to death. No right, AVO. Hmm? Oh, Mr. AVO. Funny little guy. What? 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 I'm pretending I'm a washing machine. So, let's see how long, just for hell of it. It's gonna take a long time to upload this one. Oh well. Oh yeah, I am. You can ask me that too if you want. Always been hypersexual. I think it's a very healthy habit. Consulting adults, having fun, of course, anytime. Now, where am I going with that? Should I go with that or just leave it behind? I bet some people in secret watch my stupid videos, you know. Oh, what's he gonna do now? Huh? Oh, wow. I've been 53 minutes so far. It's gonna be an hour long video. Oh, Jesus. Some people do it for an hour's long thing, you know. But, oh, well. You're gonna have to skip ahead, I guess. I got really nothing intelligent to talk about, do I? Hmm? Oh, I like mini skirts. I think they're hot. I do feel hot all the time, you know. The words, letters, activate certain, should we call them human organs? And fantasies. Oh, that's just true stuff. So what? What did somebody say? I'd like to lay me down in a comment and blank, blank, blank that out of me, blank, blank, blank. Oh, that was a good one. I was visualizing laying down and somebody X out of me and X and X many X's. That has happened in real life a few times too. I don't mind. It's good. It's good. It's good biological energy, you know. It's certain humans do all kinds of different things. Nothing brutal, but there's a whole brutal group. They beat each other and whip each other. I don't mind a little bit of whip spanking. Bad, John. You've been bad. But I like more of the this going on. Just wow. Anyway, long story. Oh, wouldn't bother me any. I say yes to such adventures like that. Yes. I say yes to those adventures. As I said, somebody really liked those hangers. Spend an hour on the bed, you know, just doing the maybe 2 hours. Let me think for a minute. Going back in time there. Oh, he actually fed me too. Made dinner. What history lies in the Drexel Rooms 5 Hastings Street? Little Johnny Cupcake in that room. Having fun with things. Interesting, huh? See, I do that quite a bit. Sorry, but I go visual history visualization. Aha. Yeah, what went on? Oh, never mind. Overtime in different areas. Because other humans, they like to, some for me to reciprocate. Some things are pretty. I shouldn't mention them at all, really. Now, not anyway. The just I'm getting carried away here. But shut up, John. Shut up. You can't. You know, it's like finding a place to do it, and it's easy. All these different things. After all, the apartment just had a hallway, and that was half full of stuff too. And gets these folks over that want to come see me, and oh, John, it's big and thick. I wonder what they're talking about. Then maybe hours go on, and night, next day. I met a fellow lunatic too. As a lady who was Anne Marie Howe from Kimberley, British Columbia, Canada. She brought a toolkit with her, thermometers and test sets, because she's a nymphomaniac, and so am I. So she would do all these measurements and tests and things, and do all these different things. I'd even make certain tools on the lathe out of aluminium, nice and polished, and which I still have some of them. I ain't kidding. So she take measurements, and I do my stuff. She do her stuff. It's kind of like a scientific 2 month scientific adventure. Anyway, I think I should shut up and get going here because it's a long video. Oh, yeah, I don't do an hour, you do a half hour, a quarter, an hour, and that kind of stuff. But remember, there's a reality is really cool, and to people that live in fantasy worlds, certain realities they make up it, they love it too. They think their reality is cool, so no problem. No problem, Barbara. Barbara, where's my hot chocolate? So hopefully I'm an entertainment for somebody. Maybe two people on the internet. That could be. I don't know. I don't really care. I really don't care what you think. Sure, I get comments, but I just delete them. Who wants negative comments? Positive comments are more fun. So leave a comment, will ya? A good comment, if you want. And I'm sounding like a damn YouTube person. Because they always say subscribe, hit that bell, and do this and do that. You know, they live their life in the internet world. So do I a little bit, but mostly eBay. I don't give a flying, you know what, who watches my stuff. They can unsubscribe. That'd be fun. You can unsubscribe. And don't watch video. I'm sure you're gonna tell your friends, oh, I watched that nut on YouTube. Sorry to disturb you, but I'm just having fun and killing time. I don't feel like I did all my work in the morning and got all that stuff coming. Will be coming in the next probably week or so. More stuff coming in. Now, what I want to do with what is coming a little later is it's a 17 by 17 inches by 14-inch deep electromagnet. It was not much. It's 1,000 pounds. Electro. I want to suspend it off the floor by a couple of feet. So I'm thinking of using channel iron or box iron and build my own support system for it. Have it supported by chain or something like that. So that I'll probably be doing after the other arrivals are checked out and put away. The fun part about it is they're so well made. Even the cases are heavy that they're stored in. It's incredible. They don't do that anymore. It's just garbage, plastic garbage throwaway stuff, you know, these days. Even the Tesco is all plastic and microcircuit junk, which can't fit into a reality of a cubic foot of active area. It simply dies or burns up. So you need the vacuum tube stuff. I've seen too many burnt up pieces. You know, a spectrum analyzer or some stupid thing like that. White plastic. I got one or two in an auction, but it would never handle the energy fields that I make. How do we replicate the H effect? You have to go back in time and study Tesla and build your own. Right? Right. That's the way it is. Those old timers knew what they were doing and built it to best engineering specs you could ever imagine. The modern stuff is just trash. I shouldn't say that because someday the modern stuff will be more advanced and won't be trash. But for now, well, I'm gonna go for a cigarette. And anybody wanna? Can you imagine that? Oh, I'm just scratching myself. Somebody doing that? Bad. John, you're bad. Okay, I'm gonna shut up and get going here, and I'll do one last swinging shot. Smile, you idiot. Hi, well, I need a spanking. Okay, shut up. Shut up!